Okay, so this is how you make the best, most nutrient-dense chicken soup you've ever tasted in your life. You really want the collagen. You want all those proteins, and I don't mean just proteins from meat. These are two chickens designed for chicken soup. I think they're smaller. Maybe they're older chickens. I don't know. They definitely don't smell weird or anything like that. That's number one. You want to be checking that for your meat. I know that sounds disgusting, but you definitely do. So I have two. This is a massive pot, to give you an idea. I think it's 14 quart, if I'm not mistaken. I can't remember because I'm holding a camera. I don't want you guys to feel like you're on a massive acid trip. But I'm going to be putting those in. And then I'm going to be putting chicken feet, and I'm going to be putting 2 of them this time. And the reason for that is because I've chickened out many, many times until the last time I was at the supermarket, and a guy who's from the Caribbean, and he told me he's from the Caribbean, he uses chicken feet a lot. He saw me back down. He totally called me out on it. As I picked up the chicken feet, I was staring at it for longer than I should. I just couldn't stand seeing the nails on this. You could just see it. To me, it just looked too much, and I just couldn't do it. But anyway, he called me out, said, dude, don't chicken out. Come on, I use it all the time. It's very flavorful, and I tried it last time, and it tastes amazing. It tastes like amazing chicken soup. Amazing, amazing chicken soup. So I'm doubling down. So what you want to do is you want to grab 2 of these packets, and you want to grab 2 whole chickens. You can also combine bones. Last time I combined it with beef. It just creates a different taste, Here I'm really going for that chicken soup taste, and you want chicken feet. You want chicken feet, you know what, knuckles, necks. Last time I tried beef neck, it was really good. Things that have the cartilage. You want the soup the next day for it to kind of jiggle. If it doesn't jiggle, you haven't really done your job. And I'll show you tomorrow when it cools off what it really looks like if you haven't done this before. But that's where you're having all these proteins, collagen. If you've ever, all these different antioxidants, compounds to help with the immune system. They're just incredible nutrient-dense food. If you're fasting, or if you're on a detox and you're on a very, very low-calorie detox, like the Master Cleanse or something, you do not want to go on one of those detox without incorporating bone broth. You need protein in detox, guys. I actually spoke about this in a previous video. Bone broth is one of the absolute best things to add into any detox whatsoever. The only thing really missing from it is fiber, and you can take your pick. Just want to make sure it doesn't burn. It's starting to smell really good. Okay, so as you can see, it's all in there. I know it looks like a gigantic sort of like, Addams Family soup. It looks not appetizing. Just do it. Don't be a wimp. Just do it. Put it in there. It's gonna taste amazing. I'm gonna strain all that out anyway, and it's gonna taste like your grandma's chicken soup. It's gonna taste unbelievable. You can add anything you want. Right now, there's just chicken in there. I'm gonna add in a little bit of water. And you might ask, what is this thing? This is called the Berkey water filter. I'm gonna set that up for another video. This is a worthwhile investment. My wife Nelly, she hates that I actually did this. She hates how we spent $500 on a water filter when there's a water filtration system in the fridge, and there's Brita and all that. But this will be for another video. I think it's totally worth it. So you're gonna just add in water, unbelievably good filtered water. That's it. What else do you need? You need some salt. You need some salt, pepper, whatever spices you want. Right now I'm not going too heavy on the spices, actually. I'm just gonna be adding some, basically some leek, turnip. I think pretty much that's it, salt and pepper, and then a few herbs like parsley and dill. And carrots and onions. So that's basically it. So I'm gonna go ahead and add those right now. Okay, so here I'm gonna be adding in some leeks. Why leeks? Just because they're like big, massive onions, and they just give so much more flavor than just those white onions. I am gonna add in some white onions anyway, just in case, just because I like doing it. Anyway, all you do with leeks, basically what you do is you slice it here in the middle. At least that's how I was taught anyway. And then another slice here. And then what you do is you wash on the inside of both sides. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. And that's it. Some people don't cut these at all. They just like leave it, but you can see they're like pretty big, right? So, I do. At the end of the day, it doesn't really matter because it's all gonna be boiled anyway, so it doesn't really matter what you do. That's what I love about soups. It really doesn't matter. Don't let anybody tell you different. You're not a professional chef. This is just to get you started. Make the best soup. Keep it simple. Just put in a lot of the basics, which you want: good bones, You want bones with a lot of collagen on it, a lot of cartilage on it, and then you just want basically onions, carrots, salt, pepper. That's basically it. That's all it is. Okay, now here's a tip. This part here, everybody cuts that off. When you're making a soup, you're gonna be straining this out anyway, unless you're gonna be eating it fine. You might wanna cut it off, but either way, this has a ton of flavor. You don't wanna throw that out. You don't believe me? Smell it. Take this and just smell it. You're gonna smell all these incredible aromatic compounds coming out of those things. You wanna be putting that in the soup, okay? Okay, so here you could see, I mean, right, it's the carrots, onions, just white onions, that's it. And then the garlic. Here's a tip for you. What did I do there? I just basically took a spoon and I crushed it. We call it in school giving the garlic a chiropractic manipulation, right? An adjustment. That's just like when they adjust your spine. You crush it. Why do you crush it? Because you release a lot of the enzymes in the garlic, and that's so important. If you just put it whole, you don't extract any of those compounds. It's different, which is really weird. I know it sounds really weird, but that's what it is. So you're releasing more of either the alliin or the allicin compounds within the garlic. Anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and add this into my soup. And that's it, right? Like you can see, I already added some pepper and now some sea salt. You know? Yeah, you have to be pretty generous with the salt. I mean, you know, I know you might be saying, oh, that's a lot of salt. Well, you know, you'd be surprised. Actually, it doesn't end up tasting that salty with a thing this big. And you might, you know, find yourself actually adding in more salt later on. Trust me, I've done this, you know, quite a few times now already. And if you made soup, you know what I mean. Or you don't have to add in anything whatsoever. A lot of bone broths actually, they don't even add in seasoning just because they're trying to just capture the essence of the bones. But that's essentially it. So we're going to add some more water, let it simmer, and that's it. I mean, you know, we're going to let it simmer for probably about... You're supposed to simmer it for about 8 to 12 hours. Usually I can get away with about 6 hours because by the time I'm done shopping and everything else, it helps if you shop the day before and you do it early in the morning and you go all the way till night. But usually I just can't wait. So I'll have some of the soup for dinner. You know, if you end up chopping and slicing and dicing and adding the stuff in by noon, and then you're eating dinner for 6 or 6:30, I mean, 6.5 hours, it's still pretty flavorful. Then after dinner, you just keep it simmering on for another few hours, but you'll need time for it to cool before going in the fridge. Either way, about 12 or so hours is optimal. That's it. All right, last thing you gotta do. I wanna add in parsley. I mean, I'm sure you have parsley and cilantro and dill and all that stuff at home. You probably buy it. Do you ever finish it? It probably goes bad way before you finish it, right? So, I'm not stingy on it anymore. I take a whole thing. What is this, like $1? It was I think it was 2 for $2, I believe. Sometimes you can even find them for 59 cents, 69 cents for a bushel. Put the whole thing in. I mean, what's the big deal? Just put the whole thing in. The only thing you want to watch out for is at the top of the soup, you want to skim off the scum. I think it's actually called scum. I'm not sure what the professional term is, but all that stuff that kind of floats to the top, it's kind of nasty. I don't want to spend too much time on it, but you know, you skim it to the top. There are tips. I mean, you could just put it on extremely low simmer, I believe. For example, if you cook it in an Instapot, if you make soup in an Instapot, it cooks it at a pretty steady temperature, so generally comes out clear. You don't actually develop that stuff. I like applying a little bit of heat, not too much, just a little bit, maybe on medium heat. Anyway, once that stuff is done, then you put the parsley, because if you do it beforehand, when you try and remove that floaty stuff, you end up removing a lot of the parsley. So that's it, guys. You know, just right in there. Done. And, you know, there's a lot of liquid in there, so I'm going to take a bit of it out, put it in 2 bowls, let it cool down. You can hear the dogs barking, so they're going to go nuts over this stuff. And, you know, we're going to finish the soup probably by around 7 or 8 o'clock tonight. All right, hit me up in the comment section if this was useful. Thumbs up. If you have any more questions, comments, feedback, let me know. Cheers. All right, and here's the next day. See how gelatinous that is? I mean, you could just imagine if I like slice through it, which I'm not going to do right now. I'm gonna drink it later. But yeah, I mean, look at that. Skincare, baby, like collagen. You want to talk collagen, peptides, amino acids, recovery. I mean, this is it. Baby. The end. Look at this. Now that That's halibut right there. Look. That is halibut. The good stuff. Seasoned too, so it tastes really good. Give that to the dog. Gz. Why not, eh? It's like all, they deserve it. Cheers.